Okay, sorry. Hi guys, so we're working on the gutter I'm installing today. I've left it off to the point where now it is raining. So I'm gonna try and beat like the big rain, but we're definitely getting a little bit wet. So I'm gonna take this with me a little bit and show you some things. So some of the tools that we're gonna need is a measuring thing of some kind, and I like the speed square. Not only does it not rust and stuff like that, as you can see, but it's got all the measurements and angles that you could possibly want. Coffee. This is a snap line where it has chalk snap line in it, and you hook it on one end to a screw, and then you circle the line around it. You snap it to make an even line, and then you reel it back in to keep it all tidy. I'm going to use these in case I need another hand, which I don't have somebody else with me, so that's what it is. I've got some gutter screws to put in. I have the brackets that these slide onto. So what we're gonna do today is actually mount these and then slide the gutter on. Some turn gutter things. This is a gasket to seal different ones together because we might have to cut and seal. I've got a couple of those. This is an end cap. Obviously I have it written all thrown around. This is an end cap. I got all these things from either Home Depot or Lowe's. Very easy to find. This is a downspout part that you also then put in with it. And we need to get going because again, it is pretty wet. So I'm gonna get up there and oh, you also need a drill, some screws to attach the snap line, and you know, the appropriate head. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start on this side right here because I want it to start from there and then go downhill and drain that way. No, as of yet, if I'll be able to do that today before all the rain hits badly. So I'm going to get up there and do a screw here, measure down to that side and screw again, and then snap my line. What you need is 2 points at which you snap the line. I'm using screws. You can use anything like nails or otherwise. You measure your slope, whatever that might be, or a straight line, make it level. You put your snap line over there, pull it nice and tight, wrap it. You could do it a couple of times to make sure that it got on there. And now you have a level line from one point to the other. So after a brief pause for that rain break, we are now going to keep going. My chalk line, I hope you can see in the video, is marked. It stayed on even in the rain we had. So now what I'm going to do is I have my gutter screws, and I have my brackets for this special type of gutter. Remember, make sure you get the coordinating pieces. You really don't want to get the wrong thing. So now I have to remove the screw that that I used for the chalk line. Well, I don't need anymore. I need to put the right screw in. This one was just like a long one to use for temporary. Okay. Oopsie daisy. I'm going to use that same hole, and that way you don't have more unnecessary holes, and you should caulk these afterwards if you're, for one, especially if you're not going to keep it in there, and for two, if well, for keep out holes, moisture and stuff. You don't want to rot your fascia board. Try to keep it level. You might even give it some, you know, keep it from being completely tightened down until you get the gutter in, and that way you can still wiggle it if you need a little difference. Okay, So now, did not remember to bring up a measuring thing, but fortunately for this kind of bracket, it doesn't actually show on the front side of the thing. So I'm gonna approximate this, and then when I get down underneath the ladder, I'll get a tape measure for this. Okay, so assuming this is approximately a foot, 2 feet, I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, I'm using bracket, and then using my guideline, the screws right into where the blue line is every time, so that it's on a straight line. So again, I'm going to put a little bit through so I know where it's going to come out, and kind of holds it in spot in place to make sure it's going into the blue line. So everything is going to be completely straight. Hey! Okay, so I want to overextend it on the roof line here to look natural. So, okay, so that will be good enough to keep it from. Okay, so what I'm going to do first. Wow. So I'm going to put the end cap on this one. Can we see that? Okay. So basically, it's got a gasket all the way around. Okay, I'm back. I brought the rain chain and the tin snips so that I can cut through this easily. Alright, so I am down here working on the segment that I need to do to cut for hooking that down part up to just enough piece of the further gutter. We're going to swipe on this side. And we don't need a basket for this one because it's actually going down. It's just gravity. So, there's lines and guides inside of these, so most of this is made for DIYers. And it has degrees inside, as in degrees Fahrenheit, and it also has some Celsius, so we're comfortable with that. And it's saying, you know, plus 15, plus 32, plus 50, and so on. There's a couple of different distinctions. So if your most contraction is plus 85 degrees, then that's where you need to line this up. Open these wings and leave it like that. And now, All right, so it's not quite stitched up since I forgot somehow the end cap over there, and I also don't have duct tape. There we go. I might have to get up and really clean up those gutters because it has quite a bit of dirt kind of up there. But it's definitely ready for this rainstorm. It's going to divert a lot of the water that otherwise is wearing away the dirt foundation along the edges. And yeah, I need to turn this off since I'm about to get all the rain. But basically, the problem area of our yard, which I still have to do gutters later down, but this is it. I might even get a better rain guard because that one is not singing as much as I would like it to. But if you notice, it's going to do that, and then going down where it's further diverted by rocks down at the base. So if you take a look at that, it almost creates its own waterfall when it's raining. Kind of a pretty grotto, rocky scape. I'm enjoying it. So again, you can do it yourself. Just work it out. All right, thanks to Kirsten at the Backyard.Garden.
I just love the sound of running water.